I'm still going to clear my mind on the inhale. I'm still going to relax my body on the exhale. Do that a couple of times, please. Good. Now, while you're doing that, continue doing that. See if you can devote 75% of your awareness, of your focus, to doing that, and 25% to listening to my voice. Just continue. Inhale. E. No. E. No. Good. Keep doing. Eno meditation was created at Duke University 40 years ago by my boss and myself for the studies we were doing with meditation. We needed a secular meditation that wasn't religious, that didn't have any attachments to any religious tradition. Eno comes from a river. The Eno River is a beautiful river that runs right through Durham, North Carolina, where Duke University is located and where this meditation was created. The people of Durham love the Eno River. There's a state park, the Eno River State Park. There's an annual festival that brings thousands and thousands of people out with their families and picnics and music and fun every summer along the Eno River in Durham. So there's a love, and so that was one of the things we wanted to happen. But there's more than that. And that is that the Eno River makes an excellent allegory for the process of meditation that you are now learning. The allegory is that the river is natural, the river is flowing, and like you beginning a meditation, the river begins somewhere with a few trickles bubbling up from the ground someplace. It gets together with a few more trickles, and it has no direction, has no force at the early stages. And that's true of meditation too. When you first start with meditation, start focusing on your inhale and your exhale. At first it seems silly. What a silly thing to do, because you haven't gathered any force around it. You haven't formed a river yet. You haven't found the banks. You haven't created the structure that will make a river. You will. So keep it up. Keep it up. Inhale. Exhale. Clear mind. Relax the body. And as you do, you'll start to develop of its own, almost, a flow like a river. It will deepen, it will widen, it will go through some rapids, some rough times. You'll be distracted, and that river will eventually head on to a far, far away sea or ocean somewhere. That's how meditation is. It's a beautiful analogy, or allegory, I like to call it, for the meditation process itself. One more thing. In psychology or psychiatry, Carl Jung, many, many years ago, discovered that that there are universal symbols. And these symbols are found in all cultures and all people, in people's dreams and their reveries. There are symbols that attract people in the subconscious mind. He called them archetypes. Now these archetypes are very many, but one of the primary ones is water, like a river. And water, pretty universally, represents in your dreams, if you dream of a pond or sea or a river or just water, mind, consciousness, or spirit, sometimes spirit. So there's a universality to this idea of a river, and particularly of a river flowing. Finally, if you're still with the inhale and exhale, a river breathes too. A river is natural, and it breathes. It has its ebbs and flows. And it breathes as it participates and goes down its way, twisting and winding, deepening and widening, falling off cliffs, etc. So this is the allegory of the river as a guide. So see, just try, continue for a moment with your inhale and exhale, and see for a moment if you can feel the river in you. You are the river. You are the river as you do this. Good. Okay. Next topic is going to be, we'll talk a little bit about this. Anybody need something? This is a good time to get up. Now, what I'd like you to do is learn to finish off a meditation. By taking a deep breath, bringing yourself back to the here and now, opening your eyes if you have them closed, and saying, okay, I'm back. One of the things about meditation is good to demark it. Say, okay, I'm starting my meditation now. I'm going to sit in a special posture. I'm going to sit, or I'm going to stand, or I'm going to lie down. Whatever it is, I'm going to demark. I'm beginning my meditation now. And then you do. And then at the end of it, also to demark. Okay, I'm done with my meditation. I finished. Now I'm moving on. I'm going back to the world. Okay. So I'd like you to do that now. Wake up. And maybe everybody should stand up just a second. Stand up, stretch. Good. And if you need anything up here, and as soon as you're ready, you sit back down. Yeah. So how did meditation come to America? Well, this is going to be fast. But I want you to know a little bit about how it came here. And we're going to pick up wherever we finish. We'll pick it up on Thursday and continue on May. So our brief history begins with Swami Vivekananda. I didn't put the date down, but the date is 1890 something. I think it's 1893. The World Parliament of Religions, or something like that. I'm paraphrasing. was held in Chicago. A group in America decided to have a world parliament of religion. And so they invited people from all over the world and said, we're going to have this event. And we want people from all different cultures and religious traditions to come together, and we'll share the podium, and each one will say what he has on his mind, and we'll try to have an ecumenical moment in the history of human beings. Swami Vivekananda decided that he would come, and he came, and he was the absolute sensation of the whole thing. All the newspaper accounts every day, all the main newspapers all over the country would cover the happenings of this, and it was every day it was what Swami Vivekananda said. He was the hit, the star of this event. But that's not what's important. What's important is that as a result, he was invited to stay in America, and he met many people throughout the country who said, here, come and spend a month here, come and spend 2 months here, come and visit here. And he did, and established a foothold for the simple ideas that he had. One of the key ones was meditation. He brought meditation to America. He founded the Vedanta centers, which are still running and existent throughout the country and in major cities. There are Vedanta centers throughout. And you can go there and learn to meditate free of charge. People will be delighted to show you simple forms of meditation that they do. So that's what he brought. And so he is the origin of meditation in the formal sense to America. He had an actual technique that he used and advised. There's actually a variety of techniques that he used. In any case, he's the beginning of it. The next one is Paramahansa Yogananda. He wrote a book called The Autobiography of a Yogi in 1930s. Now, he also came through Boston, just like Vivekananda. He came through Boston, and he came for a later conference on international world religion. I don't remember the exact title of that conference, but that's what he came for, Paramahansa Yogananda. And he also became quite a star as a result of this conference. And lots of people wanted to learn from him and be around him and invite him to come and talk to their groups all across the country. He did, and he founded the Self-Realization Fellowship, which is the largest, I think it's the largest, I'm not sure of the size, but it's the most stable of all of the guru-doms, I would call them, in America. There have been many, many, many since. But Yogananda's Self-Realization Fellowship has a reliability and stability to it. I know a number of people who are part of their audience. I am not myself. I don't join any of them. But Yogananda's most famous for his book, The Autobiography of a Yogi, which you can still get. He wrote it in 1935 or 36, long time ago. And yet, it's still very popular. When I was on the West Coast at the Graduate School of Consciousness Studies at John F. Kennedy University, one of the things we asked all of our incoming graduate students every year, we have a new crop of doctoral students, and we always ask them, you know, what brought you into consciousness studies? What were the best readings that you had that influenced you in your career choice and in your life path and had the most impact on who you are as a person? And it always came up as the autobiography of a yogi. It was always number one. It's a very powerful book. And it still is a bestseller of sorts. And you can still buy copies of it anyway. He became very famous for that book and the Self-Realization Fellowship. And he also had a form of Kriya Yoga. He is the one who brought Kriya Yoga to America. So he has a special link with this particular class because Kriya Yoga is the, I guess it's the flagship or the title at least of this class. And then came Maharishi Mahesh Yogi. How many know that? Know the name? How many know the name? Pete? Yeah?
I think so. Is that the fellow that he made famous by the Beatles?
Yes, right. How many know the Beatles? All right. Yeah. Well, you might say he made the Beatles famous, but you also might say the Beatles made him famous in America. Yeah.
So is there like a fax machine like, is there gonna be a stretch like Yogi Bear?
Like Willie Bear?
No, Yogi Bear.
Oh.
Like a comedian side.
Right, no, this, you know, I always wondered that, why they called that bear Yogi Bear.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know where that came from, but it had nothing to do with anything we're talking about here. But I do have the same question you do, without an answer. I don't know where that came from. Yeah. So Maharishi Mahesh Yogi had his own form of meditation. And he marketed it internationally. He went around every place saying, I have the best form of meditation. This is a wonderful form of meditation. And it's called Transcendental Meditation, or TM. It's very, very common in America because he came to America and people paid money to learn TM, Transcendental Meditation. And so he started the university in Iowa, which still exists and thrives. I think it's called the Maharishi, but I won't try to give the name, but Maharishi Mahesh Yogi. He died a couple of years ago, but the university still continues, and it does strong. Okay, so those are just a few of the people in the lineage. There are many, many, many more that are missing. There's the Siddha Yoga movement. There's a Swami Rama at the Himalayan Institute in Pennsylvania, and on and on and on. There are many, many, many yogis, swamis, and gurus that have come to America, and all of them have had some form of meditation that they were. That was the basis of their work. All right. Herbert Benson doesn't sound like a Hindu name, and it's not. Herbert Benson is